Welcome back to Don Poppy Bonsai. This is part 2 of my collection. So the first part was all my stuff that's in some sort of training. This is the ones that are more established. Down at the back here we've got quite a big boulevard bonsai. It's in quite big pot. As you can see, some old leaves coming through here. I need to do quite a lot of work on this next year, I think. Maybe some wiring, really tidy it up. It's about 13 years old, this tree, 12 or 13 years old. But yeah, it needs a good tidy up. I was trying to get around to get rid of all the things like that, but they've all just come in. But I was trying to get it all tidy, but sort of run out of time, and it's too late in the year. But I'm going to really try and get this looking really nice next year. And then moving on, we've got this one here, which is Hinoki, and this is, I can't remember the age of this properly now. I really like this tree. It was covered in moss and it started to develop its own moss, but quite I like the detail, the roots there, but I might put a bit of moss on it at some point. That's me Hinoki. And move over. This one I bought as nursery stock, just a spruce. This was actually the first thing I ever shaped, worked on or anything. It's produced its own moss. Yeah, it's like a little twin trunk. I've seen it as an inspiration. I've seen something on Google. This branch has died off, but I'm going to keep it for now. But yeah, I'm trying to make the crown. This is another one that's going to have a lot of work, but it's going to take years to get it where I want to get it. Then moving on to another one, which is a down redwood. I don't think this branch is dead, but there's a little bit of something going on there. I've run out of time to really get this tidy. I've been a little bit lost with what I've been wanting from this tree this last year, but I'm going to try and, going into next year, really get it tidy. It might need a repot as well. I remember just the other day put on my Instagram of tidying up all this moss. I know that some people say that moss should be on the tree, but I quite like it, but I might end up taking it off at some point. I think we've lost that branch, but yet again I'll just leave that till the spring now. But yeah, I feel like I've got a lot I can do with this. It just needs a lot of work tidying it up, getting rid of some stuff, maybe some rewiring. Yeah, that'll be something I'll work on next year. Moving down is the Regelia. So this tree is really nice. I think it's really interesting with this bark. This moss was on the tree. It's really looking healthy. Let's spread it out more. Really liking that. That might need a repot next year as well. Moving on, we've got this one which I bought not long ago. This is a Japanese holly. It does need to go into probably better soil, but it's too late in the year to do that now. It needs a little weed in there. This has got potential. It's put out a lot of new growth at the back end of just before we went into autumn there. So I feel like there's a lot I need to do with this to get it to really where I want it, but that's some stuff I'll try and get done in spring. As you see, it's got a lot of branches, so I need to get rid of some. But we're getting like new growth here, which is helpful because ideally I want to try and fill this area in. But when I got this, the soil was probably up to about there, so I've obviously opened up more by digging it away. These little branches here, in time we'll have to decide what I'm doing with it, but that's what I do. Oops, drop the phone. Moving on, Chinese elm. This was my first Chinese elm I owned. This naturally has always had this bit dangling down, and I want to keep that. I want to do something a little bit different than what you typically see on these. I need all this to fill up. Yet again, there's nothing I can do with it now because we're going into autumn. But you know, it's put out a lot of growth. Been tweaking it bit by bit, so we're getting the shape. We're going towards what we want, but hopefully we can get a lot more done next year. And then the last one, I bought it not long ago. Now this is actually for the Japanese garden that I'm building, but I actually quite like this. It's naturally come with this dome shape, but I had to shape it a bit. Probably gonna have to get rid of that. When I first got it, it had a big branch here that I got rid of. Obviously it's desperate in need of better soil. And I'm going to repot it in the spring, get a nice pot, and that's going to be, as I've planned at the moment, it's going to be in the Japanese garden, but I'm sort of getting more attached to this as I'm owning it, so maybe I'll add it into my collection. I feel like even though it's got a bit of an S-bend, which I typically wouldn't go for, I bought this because it looked quite well shaped to go in the Japanese garden, but something I'm going to keep working on, and maybe I'll add it into my collection and buy another one for the Japanese garden. But yeah, that's probably all my more established trees. I've got, like, you know, something going on with them more than just start trees. I mean, this is probably still in the beginning stage. You know, there's a lot of work I want to do on that before I get it where I want to get it, but it's not fully raw material. So thanks for tuning in again. We're on Instagram as well, it's Don Poppy Bonsai. Please comment, please like. Thank you. Bye bye.